Now he is insane in this matchup just because of how unpredictable he is. Like, he is just such a wild player to play against. Again, we saw herO earlier this week against Raynor in the PvZ matchup, and again, we saw a return. I remember it was on this map on Ghost River where we saw a return of the 3-base it was a 3-base 8-gate all-in, a 3-base Blinkstalker based all-in off of 8 gateways. I think we had a 9th gateway towards the end there. A build that has fallen out of favor, but herO, he's willing to just dig into his box of builds and just do anything. He's crazy. He's an animal. And he's here in the top left of Ghost River. Spawning, we have, representing CranKy Gaming, our Korean Zerg player. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, causing a big upset, shutting Dark down. Representing Starlight Twinkle, it is Wayne. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. As for now, it's going to be a Hatchgas full standard opener out of Wayne, but we are loading into Ghost River. A big reason as to why the 3-base all-in worked against Raynor on this map on Ghost River is because of the rush distance. The rush distance by ground is very, very short. It's 31 seconds. It's the shortest than it is on any other map, so the shortest rush distance map in the current map pool. It can be even shorter if you knock down these rocks or mine through these minerals. So aggression can be favored on a map like this. It's very risky to be too greedy and to drone up too much. So my eyes are both on Wayne and herO, as both players can be quite aggressive in this matchup. Can be quite aggressive. Overlord is coming in. It's going to be a gate expanded to Cybercore here by herO. Is just getting to a standard opener himself. We're just waiting for our tech of choice. Waiting for our tech, whether we go for a Twilight Council or a Stargate, whether we skip Warp Gate or we invest into it, and Warp Gate is going to be begun here. We'll see if we do end up canceling. If not, I'm feeling a Twilight Council. Shall see. Behind this, Wayne just going to be droning up. Saturating is natural, going into a third. Warp Gate is going to be cancelled. And our tech should be a Stargate from here. We'll keep our eye on herO. There it is. Stargate has been thrown down. And Wayne, with his Overlord placement, he should have seen that Warp Gate was cancelled. So he should be well aware that it's going to be a Stargate opener. Should be going to confirm. Meanwhile, herO across the map does delay the third. We have the pylon block. The Adept has arrived. And as long as we can stay in position here, this third base is going to be denied. Yeah, we cancel the pylon. But herO, he's going to be camping this position. And we force the Gas Geyser to finish. Aye, this is brutal. Second Adept arrives as well. Yeah, there's no expanding here. We force another Gas Geyser. At least we keep the drone alive. But Wayne, he's stuck on 2 bases. He's going to be stuck on 2 bases. A disastrous start here for the Zerg player. So heavily delayed in his own third, in his droning, in his production. And behind this, we have Oracles. They're coming. herO, he's not done. Queens, they have to waddle across. And a big reason why herO was able to pull this off is, again, this Adept gets here a couple seconds earlier than normal. Gets here a couple seconds earlier. Likewise, the pylon was able to get down in time as well. Oh, herO once again delaying that third. And the other thing here about Ghost River, there's no other third base location. There's only one, and now we get the third base down. But for those that are curious, like, there's no other option. It's a very linear expansion pattern here, taking the third base in towards, I guess, the fourth. You have some options, like the southern fourth or the linear fourth. But there's only one third base. Oracle gets in, gets 2 drones. Oh, does take a little hot. Does take a little hull damage. Whew. Barely does escape. 7 HP. Calm down, herO. You had a good start. Don't throw it away. Oracle does slip away. Behind this, we're moving out with 5 Adepts. It is going to be that 5 Adept transition. We're keeping an Oracle back at home to expand, take a third base. herO is pushing. Again, he doesn't quite commit, taking his own third. I mean, he doesn't have to be honest. All he has to do is threaten the third. threaten that third base. Oracles are amassing as we speak, and now we can move out with them. As hero's third is safe and sound. Wayne going into 2-base Hydra. Okay, I mean, soon to be 3-base Hydra. But a really fast Hydra and no roaches in production. Oracles, they come across the queen. Do we have a transfuse? We don't! There's no transfuse available. We pick off a queen. We go for the larva. Very nice pick off there by hero. Now, I'm a little bit concerned by the Ling Hydra because hero, he's making a 4th Oracle. Oh my god! He's committing into a 4th Oracle. Fire Council on the way. Forge as well. This should be for +1 and Blink. Could be +1 and Charge. So, Ling Hydra can do very well against Blink Stalkers. They can do insanely well against Blink Stalkers. But the problem is that we do need a good economy behind it. We do need the gas income. We do need a solid economy here to sustain Ling Hydra. It's quite an expensive composition. It's very fragile as well. We'll see if Wayne can recover. As he attempts to go for a Ling run by. Does attempt. He's bleeding out a couple of Lings though. Wayne behind this, he's cutting drones at 49. We're amassing Lings and Hydras as we speak. We're going into a depths! No shot. Oh my god, hero! He confirms the Hydras. Because of that, we're going +1 Adepts, by the way, into +1 Glaive Adepts. For those that are curious, Glaive Adepts, they work wonders against Lings, against Hydras, against all things light, which is everything that Wayne is working with. It's not the most orthodox transition. Honestly, +1 attack doesn't really benefit Glaive Adepts too much. But I think this is more of a reaction from hero upon confirming what was happening. Now he's getting into his gateway explosion. Wayne's going to try and push in. Stasis traps are set up. Hero is ready. He's getting ready. Thankfully, he did recall. We may not have splash damage, but we do have Adepts. Big Stasis trap going up. Oh my, catching so many Lings. Stasis does catch the Lings. We do focus on at least some of the stack defense. But we can't commit yet. We need more Lings. We need more support for the Hydras. We do pick up one of those Oracles. One Oracle goes down. Good force field. And Wayne is going to try to commit here. Overcharge is popped. Lings are coming from behind. And can Wayne break through? He's trying to, but Glaives does kick in. Yeah, the Lings are melting. Hydras are pushing forward, but we're running out of Lings. We're barely running out of Lings here. It's still so close. Boys are being pulled. These Hydras, they're barely breaking through. But here come the reinforcements. And we're bleeding out Hydras. We do get 19 drones, though. I'm just worried about the counterattack. That's what I'm worried about. So we clean up all the Hydras. They're all going to get shut down. Expensive losses here for Wayne. As he's down to 2 Hydras. But he did cripple the economy. Did kill 20 drones. Or 20 probes. The problem is the counterattack. As, yeah, we're throwing down a pylon in the middle of the map. hero, he's going to be reinforcing on the front lines. And he's up to 14 Adepts. And without Banelings, how do we deal with this? There it is. Baneliness is now halfway done. We need Banelings desperately. Banelings or Roaches or anything. More than just Ling Hydra. As Wayne is going for a Ling counterattack. Meanwhile, the Adepts, they get across the map. They shut down the third. They couldn't even kill it. They shade into the main army. There's 2 Banelings on the way. Boys are being pulled, and you can see us just mow through all these Lings, all these drones. Wayne, he just melts before the Glaive Adepts. We shade into the main base as well. Banelings are going to connect. But 2 Banelings, it's nowhere near enough. Nowhere near. And hero, he does it. GG gets called. hero will take game number 1. GG. Again, a good response there out of hero. We saw, though, that was a close hold, where Wayne was able to break the third base. He was able to break through the defensive line, cripple the economy. The problem is, though, I say cripple the economy. I don't know if you noticed, he killed 20 probes, and hero got knocked down to 47 probes, 47 workers. Fun fact, he had an even worker count with Wayne. So technically, hero was still ahead. Technically, here he was still ahead economically. Wayne was still behind. That's how committed, that's how all in Wayne was. He did not do enough damage. He did not break, or he did not break enough of the economy of herO. And the Glaive Adepts, they got out of control. GG. GG, well played. And now we're getting into game number 2. Onside Delta. Let's go. No, the third. Huge death space behind the tiny map. It's like they nerfed Zerg without nerfing Zerg. I mean, it goes to show how important maps are, right? Maps, they're quite important when it comes to what kind of play styles and what kind of races they can kind of benefit in certain scenarios. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of side Delta, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. Can he bounce back? He's being forced here onto match point. He needs your support. It is Wayne. Like, on the one hand, like, that map is a little bit brutal in certain aspects because you can abuse, you can abuse the third base location. At the same time, because of the short rush distance by ground, all-ins can hit quite hard. And I mean, Wayne almost broke herO, right? With his Ling Hydra push, he almost broke him. As Wayne, he does fight for the natural. That is a brutal position for Wayne. His natural is going to be so delayed as a result. For Wayne to pull a second probe, to pull a second worker to fight here at the natural base, forced to eventually expand. Did go pull first though. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting here. Wayne did go pull first, so he will have access to faster Lings and faster Queens. But he doesn't bank up Larva. Okay. What do you have for us? I am curious. Behind this is going to be a gate expanded Cyber Core standard opener here out of herO. Meanwhile, Wayne, he's only making a handful of Lings. Queen is on the way. He's not being too aggressive with this. So a better start for herO, to be honest. Just a better start here. herO does take a slight economic lead in the early game, but I'm sure Wayne will be able to recover once he gets into his third, once he's able to saturate his bases. It is just a nice little start for herO. And the Slings are moving out. herO once again does cancel Warp Gate, going into a Stargate opener, into Oracles. This time the rush distance by ground on side Delta is a little bit longer, so herO should not be able to delay the third the way that he did in the previous game. Wayne should be a little bit more secure here. Should be more secure. Catching was out. What's Wayne's background again? Where is he from? He's from Russia, but Wayne is opting to not represent a country. A lot of these players are non-representing. Behind this is going to be a Stargate Emperor. Void Ray first. Okay. herO, you have my attention. You have my attention. Void Ray first here from our red Protoss player. Not an Oracle. So what this does mean and what this does lead to is, one, Wayne is going to be losing his Overlords. You can see him already pulling back. He's pulling back his Overlords very quickly, as quick as he can. We'll be losing map control. We'll be losing map vision as well, and behind this herO can go a couple of different ways. He can go into double Stargate Sky Toss, can go into a Twilight Council, into Glaive Adepts, could go into a standard game as well. Wayne is going to be in the dark. That's the power of the Void Ray. The downside is that this does delay Oracle production, and it does mean that your harassment is a little bit less impactful. It means that Wayne, he's going to be safer back at home, but he's not going to know what herO is doing. Behind this, Twilight Council. This feels like Glaive Adepts. It's a Twilight Council without a Forge. It feels like Glaives, but we have seen herO go for Blink Stalkers in this position into a Blink Stalker all-in the past. So I don't want to rule that out. If this was any other player, I would say Glaives. Because it's herO, I have to keep Blink in the conversation. Meanwhile, Void Ray gets across the map, threatens the third. Oracle rotating around as well. As herO, he at least threatens the mineral line, but doesn't get any drone kills. And there it is, a Glaive Adept is on the way. Let's go. As I did mention, if this was any other player, I would say Glaives. Because it was herO, I wasn't 100% certain, but yep, Glaive Adepts are on the way. Interesting that we're already transitioning, though. Very interesting. The fourth base is going to be cancelled. Ooh, a brutal position there for Wayne. Fourth base is delayed. But how many gateways? We have 2 gateways in the low ground. We have 2 gateways in the main, so 4 gate Glaives. And we're very quickly looking to transition into, I imagine, +1 Blink Stalkers. Meanwhile, Wayne, checking his tech here, did not throw down a Roach Warren. Uh-oh. No Roach Warren. He does have a Baneling Nest, so he will have an answer to these Glaive Adepts, but it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be clean. Wayne, he has to be in position. Again, you can defend against Glaive Adepts with Ling Bane, but you need to be able to keep up with the shades, specifically with those Banelings. Especially with slow Banelings, it's very positional based. Hallucination slips in, gets eyes on the Baneling Nest. Should be a tell that there's no Roach Warren. And here comes herO, and how many Adepts? 14. Oh boy, that's a lot of Adepts, Papi. That's a lot of Adepts. We have 6 Banelings on the way. We need them desperately. Without them, there's no holding. There's no defending. The Banelings are spotted. And we shade towards the third. We ignore the natural, we go for the third base instead. Drones are getting picked off. Oh, we're chasing them down. We are going to be chasing them down. At the same time, we don't commit to the shade. Banelings were keeping up. We get eyes on the fourth. The drones do survive. And we are amassing enough Ling Bane. We should be able to hold on. But herO, he's still trading well here against all these things. Bane as it connects. Decent connections. But the Adepts are still trading well here. Finally, they get cleaned up. But looking at the unit slots tab here, 40 Lings. 40 Lings, 6 drones, and a Queen for 14 Adepts. Pretty worthwhile trade here for herO. And bearing in mind, behind this, we already have +1 finishing, and Blink is on the way. Now, thankfully, Wayne can counterattack, and he should be able to cancel this fourth. Gets us around. Void Ray is going ham. Stalkers are coming in, but we do force a cancel. Just barely. Did force a cancel on the Nexus. Wayne, he's fighting back. He's fighting back. Wayne trying to re-drone as quickly as possible. herO not giving Wayne any time to breathe here. Blink isn't even done, by the way. herO, he does threaten a push, forcing out more Lings when Wayne needs to be droning. Does need to drone up. And the game will progress from here. Now again, thankfully Wayne was able to clean up those Adepts before they got more damage done. We had some juicy Bailey connections towards the end. We did clean herO up. So Wayne, he's holding his own. Is holding his own. As Wayne is going to be able to move out. Blink is done, by the way, so some of these Stalkers will be able to escape, but we do catch a good chunk of them. How many was that? 3. 3 Stalkers go down. Not bad. Wayne pulling back. His creep is okay in the center of the map. It's a little bit lackluster towards the north, and that's exactly where herO is pushing. Does smell weakness. Blink is done. And show us how well can we blink. We go surround. It's around there by Wayne. Oracle needs to support as well. Yeah, with the help of the Oracle, Lings are forced back. We do bleed out the Void Ray. Charges on the way. And herO, he doesn't turn around. Doesn't pull back home. He applies a little bit more pressure, poking in. Roaches are on the way. We need those Roaches. So many Lings going down here. And herO, I don't think he should be able to break through yet, but yeah, the Baileys are going to have a hard time dealing with these Stalkers. They are rolling in. Good Lings, good spread here by herO. He splits. The splits, Papi. Yeah, the bait is being shut down. Lings are running out. There's only a handful of roaches left, and herO, he is breaking through. Good concave, good splits. Roaches are coming out, thankfully. But with these reinforcements, herO, he's gaining ground. Boys, they have to be pulled. Wayne, he realizes how much danger he's in. He has to pull the boys. Leaves out a couple of them. And herO, he's just been like warping it back at home, by the way. Like, he's just been reinforcing back at home. He has no War Prism, he has no Gateway, has no Pylon, and he still has too much. Even with these late reinforcements, it doesn't even matter. herO, he overwhelms, he breaks the 4th base, 19 drones go down. Again, this push just never ended. Never allowed Wayne to recover. So much pressure here from herO. GG gets called, and herO will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Once herO starts, he never stops. It was very impressive there. After the Glaive Adepts, he was very quick to get into his Blink Stalkers, and very quick to just get in the face of Wayne, not giving him any breathing room whatsoever, making it awkward for Wayne to actually get his economy going. Remember, it took him a little bit longer to drone up to 80. It took him longer to get into a good saturation, into a good point of saturation. And because Wayne started with Ling Bane, because he had delayed Roach Warren, it meant that he didn't have the most amount of roaches to work with, which is why herO broke through. It took a little bit too long for those roaches to mass up. By the time they did, they had no support. What I refer to in this like ZVP dance of Roach versus Stalker, you need Lings. You need those Lings to help buffer and help tank shots from the Stalkers. Otherwise, Roaches are a little bit vulnerable, and they do go down, and they're quite expensive, larva-wise and resource-wise, to replace. So herO, he was aware of that. He was very, very quick to make sure he was keeping the Ling count low, and GG. GG, well played. herO does take it in the end, but a big shout out to Wayne, because even though Wayne goes down in the semifinals, he still made it to the semifinals. He still took down Dark to get there, so very impressive stuff. Again, we mentioned before that when it comes to upsets, when it comes to Wayne popping off, we've seen him defeat Dark in the past. We've seen him even take maps off of Serral in the past. Wayne, this is ZVZ at least is the matchup that he can maybe thrive in the most. Here in these other matchups, he's still good, but herO is arguably the best Protoss in the world right now, so it's a tough ask there, and Wayne unable to cause a second upset, but a good run nonetheless. A very nice run, a very nice performance, as we are going to be getting ready for our next series. We're getting ready for the grand finals. herO advances onto the grand finals, and who is ready and waiting for him? It's going to be a Protoss player. It's going to be a PvP between herO and MaxPax. Let's go. Oh my god. Pappy. Let me just quickly set things up. But it is going to be a PvP between herO and MaxPax. We've seen these two face off many times in the past, and they have a really interesting dynamic, especially as of late. Recently, herO has gotten really creative when it comes to dealing with MaxPax. As you should be aware, MaxPax is a very unique style of PvP where he goes for these more economic openers, right? Like double gas into a gate, Stargate, into an expansion. And herO has attempted to counter that or mind game MaxPax, and we've seen herO successfully pull that off quite a bit against MaxPax, but we'll see how this week turns out. We'll see. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We need some time to set things up here. This is going to be our final series of the night, the grand finals of ESL Open Cup Americas. Take this moment to get some water, get some drinks, go to the bathroom, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate your hydras. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with our PvP. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon.